Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday to everyone. We are back for another video, honey. It's Monday. It is Monday. I'm glad to be alive this morning to see another Monday. Y'all know Mondays are not my favorite day of the week. It's not my favorite day of the week, but nevertheless, honey, we are happy to be alive to see Monday. Okay, we can look at it that way. Good morning, Linda Gamble. Thanks for being here, dear, my mod. Thanks, Mrs. Washington. Hi. Good morning. Good morning, Drea. Marie, good morning. Carla Johnson, good morning. Erica Rogers, good morning. Good morning. Yvette Bell, good morning. I need to get some water. Good morning, Archera Palmer, Deborah Jackson, Gail West, SD Warren. Hi. Imprintitious, Yvonne Moore, Velma Sadler. Good morning. Good morning, Siobhan Foster. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all coming in. Let's get started. See Lewis Stacy Boyd. Hi. Good morning. All right, let's get started. Everything said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hopefully, you guys got your coffee and your tea, and you're getting, or you got where you need to be. I'm already where I need to be. I'm home, child. I'm home today. I am home today. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we got some great topics for you guys. Celebrity news is first, and that's where we will begin. Let's go ahead and get this LAMH Huntsville news out the way first. All right, so as you guys know that Mel and Martell, they have a trial. I think I might have mentioned it yesterday, but I'll mention it again. Mel and Martell, they have their trial. You guys know Martell requested for a trial, okay, for the revenge P, which I keep saying, I don't know why the hell he did that. Bro, you're going to lose because you already admitted to the shit. But they have a trial coming up for the revenge P case against Martell. You guys know that they already went to court, and the judge already told Martell that he cannot be around Mel. Y'all know, we've already talked about it. He can't be around Mel. No contact with her. He is on probation. For 1 year, he cannot have contact with Melody. Of course, that pissed him off. So what did he do? He yelled out, I want to have a trial, a jury trial. I said, Martell, really? Really, really, really. So they have set a date for that. That is September the 9th. Okay. Okay, guys. So Martell, of course, probably will be going to jail that day as well, because if he's found guilty for that, there is jail time that is set to have to be served for that as his sentence. Okay. That's a crime for revenge P. So yeah, so that is what it is for that. His stupid ass asking for that. So he can't be around Mel for a whole year. He is on probation. He has to pay his supervised probation as well. So y'all know how that works. But also June the 18th, Mel and Martell will also be in court for the child custody hearing to see if the judge will overturn the decision to have the children be back on social media and on television again. Okay. So yeah, and some other things that Melody was asking for in their custody case. So they're going to be in court. I know Melody is tired of going to court. I know she's tired of court. Martell's been asking that Melody pay his legal fees, but he keeps wanting to go to court, but you ain't got no money for legal fees. So you want to keep taking her to court and then keep asking the judge to make her pay your legal fees for taking her to court for these stupid, egregious things that you are initiating, Martell, which I think is just hella stupid. But prayers to them, and I hope they figure it out. I hope the judge give Melody what she's asking for, because Martell is not ready to be a parent right now. He has a lot of things that he has to have done in terms of psych evaluations and all that. And speaking of the psych evaluation, he does have until June 18th to have that done. He has to have that done and completed by the time they go back to court on the 18th of June. Okay, that is what the courts have said. If he does not, he will be held in contempt. So he might not even make it to the trial. Shit, he'll probably be locked up by then if he don't have that damn psych evaluation done by June 18th, which is what was told to him by the courts. Okay. But that is it for that. We got our Love and Marriage Huntsville news out the way. All right, so let's get on with the show. Now, you guys already know that Diddy has done his little fake ass apology. For those of you that watched my show yesterday, I kind of went in on his ass. Said that she should be getting full custody now. I agree, Makita Johnson. She should. All right, so of course, you guys know Diddy did this fake ass apology yesterday. Cassie's attorneys have spoken up about that. But just in case you guys did not hear this fake ass apology, because I know some of you have not, I'm going to go ahead and play it again and get irritated again this morning. Let me share screens, child. Oh, brother Love up here lying again.
I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. It's so difficult.
Anywho, the only person that was asking for mercy and grace was Cassie when you put your hands on her, fool. Okay. Let's move on to what Cassie's attorney's statement actually had to say. Child, that shit. I don't think nobody believed and or wanted to even see that shit from Diddy. Like that was all staged to me. I feel like that's some shit that he wrote, him and his PR person put together and said, okay, go on there and say this and look real sad and you know, talk about your therapy. Like I keep saying, that's an abuser's apology when they make it about them versus the person that they really hurt. Usually not one time did you call Cassie's name and say, Cassie, I apologize to you for what I did to you all those years. Because it wasn't just one time. That was not the only time that you put hands on her in that video. That was not the only time that has happened to her. So for you to make this thing about you, when clearly we saw her go through everything she went through in that video, nobody's accepting that apology because you did an abuser's apology. Typical. It reminded me of What's Love Got to Do with It with Ike Turner when he beat Tina up and Tina was in there laying in the bed. Y'all remember that scene? He came in there with the flowers and trying to be, you know, he apologized, but he really wasn't. He didn't want her to leave. He knew that she was fed up and she was mad with him. So it was that, let me go in here right quick and bring her some flowers. You brought her no flowers no other time. You talk shit to her every other time. But this particular time, you knew you went too far, so you're going to bring her the flowers and you're doing everything you can to make her stay. And then when she tried to leave, you made it difficult and come get the kids and all that. Well, if you're going to put your hands on her and she decided to leave you, that means you don't want her. So why are you stopping her from leaving? Same thing Diddy did. Cassie was trying to leave. You went to the elevator and went to snatching on her and kicking and everything else. It's giving Ike Turner by you, the new age Ike Turner, nigga. Like, get out of here. He's crazy. He's crazy. He is crazy. You're the new Ike Turner for real. So that apology, keep that apology. Then nobody believe it. Everybody been trolling his ass online, including 50 Cent. Like, no one cares. Let's get into Cassie's lawyer releases a statement following Diddy's apology video. It says that most recent statement is more about himself than the many people that he has hurt, and it has been many. All right, so let's get into that statement. The statement is from Meredith Fire Talk, partner of Wigder LLP, in response to Sean Combs' video post. All right. This says that Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people that he has hurt. Says when Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. Says that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disgenuous. Okay. All right. So of course y'all know that is his apology. So that is what Cassie's attorney had to say. And he did make it about him. He absolutely made it about him. Not one time did you direct that apology towards the person and persons that you hurt. Okay. Moving on in Diddy news, rapper The Game has now aired Diddy out to say that Diddy tried to have rapper Drake taken out, okay, unalive. Let's go ahead and get into that. I said, wow, here we go again. We already heard about Biggie having money put up to have him taken out. $16,000 was offered up to Gene Deal to take Biggie out, and Gene Deal turned the money down. So I guess Diddy had somebody else do it because Biggie ain't here no more. I'm gonna say allegedly. This is Gene Deal, who was an ex-bodyguard of Diddy, said that Diddy came to him and asked him once Diddy found out that Biggie was planning on leaving Bad Boy to go to another label, that said that he was offered $16,000 by Diddy to take out Biggie Smalls, and he told him no. He said, that's my boy, that's my homeboy. I would never do no shit like that. So coincidentally, not long after that is when we found out that Biggie was pow down in LA. Okay, and they haven't found anybody that did it yet, which is so crazy. But let's go ahead and get into what Game had to say. All right. He says that the Game seemingly hints that Diddy allegedly attempted to set Drake up over a beat. It says that there were calls going around in LA. All right, so let's get into it.
So they're trying to set up Drake in LA.
What
exactly was that about?
That was about like him and Diddy were beefing, right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of LIV.
I think Diddy allegedly assaulted him or something. I think it was over the Start from the Bottom beat, where I guess it's supposed to go to Diddy and Drake took it and something silly like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about Started from the Bottom, I don't know what Diddy would have did with that beat.
I know.
It's like a Drake beat. But there were like calls, going around LA, and it was like, Drake here, Drake there, who will run up on him. I'm not saying it, it didn't come from Diddy directly, but LA get tricky. So, when there are beefs and they are here,
you found out that they're trying to set up.
They are here no matter who it is. Like there's certain people that are going to get called, and I'm one of those people. So, I had privy, Drake to a little information. Like I'm saying, I don't know where it came from, but I always, it's like my brother. So I hit him. I told him like, yo, this is what it is, but I got you. We over here, and I'm pretty heavy. So, we straight. They are here no matter who it is. Like there's certain
there
people.
You go. He's saying that he feel like Diddy was behind that and that he also assaulted Drake. So he's not just assaulting women. He putting his hands on everybody. And it seems that he goes untouched and that he goes without any accountability. So everybody's talking about how Diddy's done this, but he said, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm not asking for forgiveness. Of course you're not, because you plan on doing this shit again. Okay. Let's move on to another Diddy's former bodyguard, Roger Bonds, also speaks up about Diddy and his crazy ways. We're going to get off Diddy in a second, but I want to go on and get all the Diddy news out the way so that we can move on to other topics, okay? All right. Diddy's former bodyguard, Roger Bonds, speaks up. He says that Diddy, former bodyguard, says that Diddy was beating on Cassie and that Kim Porter and many other women. He witnessed it. He actually stepped in for an incident that he witnessed where Diddy was putting hands on Cassie, and he actually broke it up and pulled Diddy off Cassie. Okay, he's already spoke about that. He stopped working for Diddy for his own reasons. There were a lot of things that he saw while working for Diddy. He also witnessed some things with Kim Porter as well. So for Diddy to sit his ass on there and, happy Mother's Day, I miss you, Kim, and all that bullshit. Of course you don't miss her, because you allegedly probably part of the reason why she's not here anymore. You treated her like shit when she was alive. You told her to get out the bed so Cassie could get in the bed. We done heard about all these things, how you used to jump on her and put hands on her. She had to cut you with a corkscrew to get you up off her. And he still has the scar to this day on his wrist. He's a crazy fool. So let's get into Roger Bonds. That is Diddy's former bodyguard. He said that, I guess you sorry, and was at rock bottom for years and years because you was whipping not only her ass and Kim's ass, but others too. Said, let's reflect Harlem to Hollywood coming soon to come. So it sounded like he might be getting ready to air Diddy out. So he's putting it out there that he's getting ready to start speaking. All right. So he has put it out there that Diddy not only put hands on Cassie, but also he's witnessed him putting hands on Kim Porter as well. So, and other women as well, because he worked for Diddy for some years. All right. So yeah, not just Roger Bonds, but also we talked about Gene Deal as well. Gene Deal got a lot of stories. I watch him all the time. I'd be like, wow. And notice Diddy never come for these people, because you can't sue them for something that's factual. They work for you. They've seen these things. Diddy never come for them. He never tried to silence them. He never tried to sue them or anything like that, because what they're saying, I feel, is reputable. What better person to believe than a person that actually worked for you? Okay. But shout out to Roger Bonds, honey. Tell it all, baby. Put it in a book. Do something. I don't know. I'll be watching. Okay. All right, let's get on to the next topic, honey. Charles Schwab mistakenly, let's share so y'all can see with me. We breezing on through, honey. This lady here is crazy, y'all. All right, so this says that Charles Schwab mistakenly deposited $1.2 million in this woman's account instead of $82, and says that the woman actually kept the money. She went and bought a house and a car. Of course, she was arrested and charged for theft. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and play it.
Suddenly found out you were a millionaire. That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank, well, she quickly moved the cash into another account, used it to buy a home and an SUV. Kellen Spadoni, who you see here, was arrested for theft, and tonight is facing a lawsuit from Charles Schwab after she ignored several of their attempts, they say, to contact her and get the money back. Night court is now in session with civil rights attorney Robert Patillo and criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Let's start here with Exhibit A. On February 23rd, Schwab meant to transfer $82.56 into a Fidelity brokerage account, services account, but the company instead transferred $1,205,619, court records said. So, Robert, is their mistake?
Wow.
Is their mistake?
What would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire?
That does not mean you have a legal right to that amount of money. Even best case scenario, if you were able to keep it, good luck explaining to the IRS where $1.2 million came from and paying the taxes on that. This is no different than finding someone's wallet and deciding to keep it when they ask for it back. Or if a Brinks truck accidentally dropped money off at your door, it does not mean that you are legally entitled to it. There's legal precedents on it where people back in the old days would cash those Publishers Clearinghouse checks that came to your house, and occasionally bank to allow the transaction to go through, but then later on when they figured out the funds were not there, they would reverse it. So though I understand that most people don't have sympathy for big banks in situations like this, you don't have a legal right to it, and you're going to end up getting in more trouble than it's worth.
It sounds like she is right now, innocent until proven guilty, but facing a lot of charges. Exhibit B, then we go to. The company argues in its lawsuit that Spadoni's account contract with Schwab, now this came from the Charles Schwab account,
that does not mean you have a legal right to that amount of money.
Hey, Drink, what's going on?
It's an agreement that if a client receives an overpayment of funds, the client is required to return the full amount. Brian.
Well, Shannon, first thing I'm going to do in the morning, I'm running over to Charles Schwab. I'm setting up my account there, and then fingers crossed, I get $1 million. Anyway, all kidding aside, last time I checked, we have a criminal court of law, not a moral court of law. And morally, this woman is incorrect, and she should do the right thing and transfer the money back. But the law is on her side, believe it or not. And I think it's going to trump that agreement that she signed, that she probably didn't even know what she signed, probably didn't even know what she read. But real quick, theft, felony theft is the charge. That means that this woman had to deprive money of someone else without their consent. Charles Schwab sent her the money, so that charge is going to get dropped. The last charge against her is bank wire fraud. Again, she has to show an intent to deprive.
It's an agreement that if a client
Charles Schwab of money. Last time I checked, Charles Schwab made a mistake and sent the money to her. So in the real world, she might walk free and she might have $1.2 million, and she might have a wrongful termination case against the sheriff's department for firing her. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, she's got a world of trouble to fight her way out of.
Charles Schwab of money.
So she might get to keep that money, y'all. Ain't that crazy?
Last time I checked, Charles
might get to keep that money. That's what they're saying. They transferred the money into her account. She went and moved the money to another account, and then went and bought a house and a car with that said money, knowing that it wasn't hers. But they are trying to sue her. Charles Schwab is trying to sue her for their mistake that they made by sending the money to her, saying that she was supposed to send the money back, and she did not do that. She was just like, she woke up one morning like, "Thank you, Lord. I was praying for a blessing, and here you are. You are always on time." And took her ass on down there and went shopping, child. So now they're trying to charge her with theft. They're trying to charge her with theft. She was arrested as you guys see here in this post. What do y'all think about that? Has that ever happened to anybody before? You checked your account and money that you did not really have prior to that just showed up miraculously in your account, and you just woke up like, oh my God, where does $500 come from? Oh my God, where does $1,000 come from? Typically, you're supposed to let the bank know, and sometimes they will once they catch that error, because people do make errors. They will remove that money from your account. Now, the crazy thing is if you go and spend the money and your paycheck or something like that hit and they catch that error and they withdraw that money, sometimes it can put your account in the negative because they will send you a letter to know that there was an error. But typically what they'll do is when they take the money, sometimes if you don't really have enough money to cover when they take it, that's going to throw your account in the negative. And then you'll be looking crazy. Like, where the hell my money go? But yeah, if you ever run into a situation like that, just send the money back. Shit, you know it's not your money. Just to avoid charges and all that, because anything that happens, child, when it comes to money is federal. Just remember that. If they decide to press charges, baby, that's some federal shit. Even though, and banks can charge your ass, okay? Even though they make an error, they will come after you. And your ass be sitting in jail for something that, you know, was their fault. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's never happened to me. And thank God. If it did, I ain't no parts of that shit. But let's move on, child. Let's move on. Somebody said it happened to them. Snatched by Diego said it happened to them. Says it was only $200, and I definitely did the same as she did. No, I said that my ass out. Said I even changed my PayPal. Someone said someone's have gifted me because they never got. Oh wow. I'll probably not put that in the chat, Diego, but okay. He should be on that show. I almost got away with it. Don't say nothing, because hey, you know they still probably look for that damn $200. But don't let me put you on blast. Shout out to Diego. Shout out to Diego. All right, let's get on to the next topic, child. Simon out here, Simon and child. I'm so sick of his ass. Every other day, Simon is on his bullshit. Simon be on that bullshit. I'm sick of him. I am so sick of him. All right, so Simon took the time to let the peoples know in another post as well, since we're on Simon. Simon says that in Dubai that he gets more dates by being from Nigeria than in the U.S., okay? And that's only because you are flashing money. You are very flashy, Simon. Women are drawn to men with money, whether they look good or not. You are not a good looker, okay? Simon, you got Portia because she felt like you had a little coin about you, Simon. You're able to pull certain women that you wouldn't be able to pull if you didn't have a coin about you. But yeah, so that's what he made a point to say that in Dubai, honey, he can go to Dubai and he be pulling women left and right and get dates by being from Nigeria versus in the U.S. Well, because you're a fraud, first of all, sir. You're a fraud and you talk that slick talk to these women and you kind of offer them certain things, probably monetarily, that they wouldn't be able to get on their own. So, of course, they're going to flock to you and be enamored by the little slick talk that you have to say, Simon, because he seemed very slick. He seems very, very slick. So let's get into this other topic. It says that, of course, you guys see it's Shamea Morton, who is now newly a new peach holder for Real Housewives of Atlanta. She is Portia's best friend. She is gifted a Rolls Royce for her birthday. Okay, this is her birthday. You see her jumping up and down. She got a Rolls Royce. So Simon decided to speak out on that. Simon says, "Congratulations, my good sis at Shamea Morton." Says that I'm so happy for you. My brother Gerald, which is her husband, okay, he is also, I think, African or Nigerian. Says it has excellent taste in fine automobile. I mean, should be automobiles, but okay. Says I look forward to watching the only cast member with a RR, meaning Rolls Royce. Now, Simon did gift Portia a Rolls Royce whenever the two of them were together. I'm thinking he may have taken it back the way he worded that. It sounds like he may have taken Portia's car back. The way he worded, saying that Shamea is now the only person that owns the Rolls Royce, the only cast member owning the Rolls Royce, because he did give Portia one when they were together. So as you guys can see here, it says that Simon gifted a Rolls Royce of 2022 to Portia. That's her laying on the car. He's got the bow on it. Now it sounded like Simon took the car back once he and Portia broke up from his new statement about Shamea. So I don't know. What y'all think about that? I despise somebody to be on that. If we're together, you give me a gift. I don't care if it's a car, whatever it is, car, house, jewelry, whatever the case may be. If we decide to go our separate ways and not be together anymore, that doesn't mean you get the gifts back. A gift is that. A gift is just a gift. Okay. Now, it's different from somebody giving you an engagement ring like we talked about the other day. If there's a promise to get married and you don't get married, then primarily you give the ring back. But if you buy me a gift and it's something to the tune of a Rolls Royce, a car, jewelry, whatever the case may be, you don't get these things back if I decide I don't want to fool with you no more. And that's just how that goes. Like, stay in your feelings and get the hell on and leave me alone. No, you're not getting the keys. No, you're not getting the car. Like, stop it. Simon, you are petty as hell for that. Okay? You are petty as hell for that too. And then to subliminally say that she's the only person that owns one fully lets us know that you took the car back from Portia because you and your feelings that she didn't want you no more. And it's just petty as hell. But that is a nice Rolls Royce. So shout out to Shamea, honey. That's a cute car. I know the taxes and shit on that car gonna be high. The insurance gonna be high, all that. But her husband is said to have a nice little coin. So she married up. She married a Nigerian. She married a man with some money and they got a baby. So she secured the bag on that. She just had another baby via surrogate with Candy Bird's surrogate. Okay, so they have 2 kids now. So she secured the bag, baby. And she will now be on Real Housewives of Atlanta's new season. Okay, so Simon, go away and leave us alone with this petty bullshit. We can tell you not over Portia because every chance you get, you are subliminally talking shit about Portia. Like, move on, sir. Move on. She ain't thinking about you. She don't post about you, but every chance you get, you will post about her. You supposed to have been saying congratulations and happy birthday to Shamea. How Portia get into that? Subliminally now. Subliminally. You ain't outright say her name, but we know who you talking about. Like, get the hell on, dude. Okay? Get the hell on, sir. He's so bitter. I ain't never seen a man so bitter in my life. You getting all these women according to you, but you still talking about Portia. Move the hell on. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about America's favorite buffet eater, Kelly Price. Her ass is back. She has spoken out because people went in on her about her speaking up about damn Diddy. Let's go ahead and play this bullshit right quick and let's move on. I ain't gonna stay on her buffet eating ass too long because I'm sick of Kelly Price. Okay, we tired of you, Kelly. We tired of your burnt butter bean eating ass out here now. I'm sick of your ass. I am sick of Kelly Price's burnt butter bean eating ass. Get your baloney.
I have not spoken about any
of
this stuff.
Okay, why it ain't playing? Hold up.
Since it's at day 45 and it should come out.
Why we can't hear you, girl? Why we
I
can't
don't
hear
stand
you?
with anything.
Kelly, why we can't hear you?
Is,
hold up. What the hell? Why we can't hear you, Kelly? That must be the Lord, child, because I swear I got it off. That must be the Lord. Okay, it says that she clarifies that her comment that she made on Diddy's page after facing backlash. She says that I was telling him to do the soul work. She says if you don't get your soul right, then there will be no change. Okay, Kelly, that's all we got for Kelly. All right, we can't hear it. That must be the Lord. Moving on, child. All right, we was gonna do a little follow up on Kelly, but now I don't care. All right, moving on, child. As you guys know, Married to Medicine, honey. Married to Medicine is somebody said that he can hear. So why y'all can hear and I can't? Okay, so we'll go back. We'll let y'all hear it. I don't know why I can't hear. That's weird. So let me go back. I'll play it for you guys. I can't hear it. Let me share, honey. Y'all was like, hold up, Caramel. We can hear, girl. I don't know why the hell I couldn't hear. That's weird.
About any of this.
All right, let me get it from the beginning. Boom, boom, and boom.
I have not spoken.
Y'all can hear that?
Any of this stuff since it's come out. I don't stand
Y'all can hear
anything that is criminal. None of us can unsee what we saw.
Okay, I can hear it on my phone.
For those of you who got what I was trying to say, and I was compelled to say it, I don't need the clout. So for those of you who are saying that, you know, you're the one who's inside my life, so I guess you need it. It was really more of a warning. Like, when it's all said and done, we're body, soul, and spirit, right? So if someone has a problem with alcoholism or drugs or whatever it is, if you put them in a 90-day program and they feel better, I have not spoken about any of this stuff since it's come out. I don't stand with anything that is criminal. None of us can unsee what we saw. For those of you who got what I was trying to say, and I was compelled to say it. I don't need the clout. So for those of you who are saying that, you know, you're the one who's inside my life, so I guess you need it. It was really more of a warning. Like, when it's all said and done, we're body, soul, and spirit, right? So if someone has a problem with alcoholism or drugs or whatever it is, if you put them in a 90-day program and they feel better, they're at day 45 and they check themselves out, the work has not been finished. The work has not been complete. I simply said to him, because I believed that he would hear it, that make sure, I was pretty much telling him, do the soul work. So it wasn't, oh my God, I'm praying for you. Why are they trying to drag the black man down? You've not seen me out here on that. So for those of you who tried to make it that, you need something to harp on, and I get it. Do what you got to do to make your life feel important. I don't need to do those things. I actually do real things that leave a mark in this world, which is the reason why you actually know my name while you're trying to drag me. Okay? I really was telling him, do the soul work. Do the soul work. Because there's nothing that therapy, they're at day 45 and they check themselves out. The work has not been finished. The work has not been complete. I simply said to him, because I believed that he would hear it, that make sure, I was pretty much telling him, do the soul work. So it wasn't, oh my God, I'm praying for you. Why are they trying to drag the black man down? You've not seen me out here on that.
All right,
so for psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever the case may be, they can give you steps to try and not repeat the behavior. But if you don't get your soul right, there will not be real change. The proper definition of repentance is a change of heart, a change of mind, and a change of direction. I was basically telling him, you got to change your heart, you got to change your mind, and you got to change your direction. If you know God, you say you know God, you want to know God, or you want to do better. I simply was saying that he had to do the work. The rest of you went on a harp. You went off on this thing. You talking about, I pick a side. I pick the side of righteousness. Psychologist, a psychiatrist, whatever the case may be, they can give you steps to try and not repeat the behavior. But if you don't get your soul right, there will not be real change.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. So that's what Kelly had to say, child. Nobody really asked you, Kelly. Okay, Kelly, nobody asked you. See, now you did kind of backpedal a little bit, because when you first came out, Kelly, you were really pulling for Diddy. Oh, I work with Diddy. I don't believe. She kind of trying to say indirectly she didn't really believe that this was the person that she was seeing on the screen, and she was trying to take up for him a little bit. But then when people saw what she had to say after everybody saw the video, they lit into her. So then she had to come back, of course, with her narcissistic, rude ass, because she's very rude. You could tell she's very, because I've actually done some things in this world. That's why you know who I am. That's why you know my name. She's very rude and very honorary. Like, she just really needs to humble herself, because she's always trying to throw God in there. But you have an attitude problem, Kelly. Okay, I said yesterday, honey, as long as you're singing, we love you. But when you open your mouth to speak, you are very rude, and you try to hide behind God in your rude remarks that you like to make. Like, sis, go somewhere and sit down, okay? Go somewhere and sit your buffet eating ass down. We don't really care, Kelly Price, okay? Like, I was kind of done with you low-key with R&B, after R&B Divas, because you really turned me off then. Now, do I still like her music? I do. She's a great lyricist. She's a great songstress. Like, she's a great songwriter. But her attitude is just, it gives me pause. It just does. Let's move on from her stupid ass, because I just can't. I don't even like calling people stupid, but child, you super stupid. Put your cape on and fly out of here, girl. Goodbye. All right, moving on. All right, so as you guys know, Married to Medicine is filming their new season. Toya from the show Married to Medicine had an event, a pop-up shop. She disinvited Dr. Heavenly. Of course, Heavenly was in her little feelings, child. She decided to go live and let everybody know. But Married to Medicine is filming the new season, and Heavenly was not invited. Now, y'all know last season, Heavenly was not invited to Sweet T's wedding, but she still showed up. Now, she ain't tried Toya like that for Toya's little pop-up shop event. She stayed her ass at home, but she made sure she went there and got that little camera time with her husband over there at the wedding for Sweet T after Sweet T told her ass was not invited. So let's go ahead and get into this because, yeah, Toya let her ass know, yeah, you're not invited, sis. Stay your ass up out of here. You heading down to the Toya pop-up? I wasn't invited, y'all. I ain't even lying. I wasn't invited. They can't invite me. I wasn't invited. I'm just gonna give y'all some tea. I'm here home. I'm home. I'm in my glam room, boo. But I ain't invited. The thing probably over by now. It's a pop-up. It's a pop-up. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. How you know about the pop-up? Listen. You heading down to the Toya pop-up? I wasn't invited, y'all. I ain't even lying. I wasn't invited. I can't stand her laugh. So as you guys can see, they said the cameras are rolling for Married to Medicine. As y'all can see, that's Sweet Tea. That's Anila. I hope Anila ain't coming back. She irritates me. That's Toya. Toya has some type of pop-up thing. I think it might have been for her wine or whatever, because y'all know she has her own wine line now that she's doing. But she invited all the other cast, and she did not. And she disinvited Dr. Heavenly. Of course, you could tell she was in her feelings because she likes to be popping up at people's stuff, even when she's not invited. But Toya made it very clear, like, yeah, you're not invited, sis. So don't bring your ass up over here, okay? You won't be getting no camera time up off my storyline, okay? So she had to stay her ass at home in her glam room. Still needs some more glam, but whatever, girl. Moving on, child. Moving on. We ain't gonna stay on her because she gets on my nerves as well. That's what her ass get. All right. One of my favorite comedians, he actually spoke out about watching what you say, okay, when you say things, because sometimes you can speak it into fruition, okay? Comedian Sinbad gives a warning about things that you can manifest through your words. Now, he made a joke or two about a stroke. And now, as you guys can see, he's had a stroke, okay? He's going to talk about that. I'm going to let him tell you. I like Sinbad, okay?
Something is a miracle. For me to come out tonight, even if we walk with that staff, I feel good that I can do that because the left side of my body was affected. My left hand, my left leg just quit. Be careful what you talk about. Remember I did my joke about having a stroke? You gotta be careful what you talk about because you're bringing it to fruition. Thank God I did have the woman I talked about, the strong woman who loved me. Come tell you something about a stroke. This is your marriage vows, better or worse, in good health, bad health, rich or poor. This is where you find out what kind of person you got that loves you. I'm gonna tell you something, it is a miracle. For me to come out tonight, even if we walk with that staff, I feel good that I can do that because the left side of my body was affected. My left hand, my left leg just quit. Be careful what you talk about. Remember I did my joke about having a stroke? You gotta be careful what you talk about because you're bringing it to fruition. Thank God I did have the woman I talked about, the strong woman who loved me. Come tell you something about a stroke. This is your marriage vows, better or worse, in good health, bad health, rich or poor. This is where you find out what kind of person you got that loves you. I'm gonna tell you something. It is a miracle.
I like that. He is telling the truth. When you find that one, and that's how you know that you got a real one, when they stick beside you when you go through things like that. That's what he was saying. I like the way he shouted out his wife to let everybody know this is the one. I had my stroke. This is what he's telling people. I had my stroke, and this woman stuck beside me through rich and poor, sickness and health, all of that. She stuck right there beside him. She's still there. His children are there. They're supporting him. She could have walked away, but she decided to stay because that's who she chose to take vows with, and she honored her vows. So I'm happy that he is doing better because at one point he was not mobile, but he is now able to get around. Of course, he does have a cane whenever he walks, but I'm glad that he is up and he's mobile and he's speaking. He is talking about getting back to doing shows again. Because that's what he likes to do. He's a comedian. So I'm happy that he is back on the stage again. Because at one point he was really, really doing bad. And I hated to see pictures and stuff of him laying back in a hospital bed like that. I was like, Lord, not Sinbad. Somebody who was so vivacious, who could run back and forth across the stage. He was funny. Like he just had he was full of life. So to see him in that state just really, really had my heart like, wow. So thank God that he was able to like lift him back up and build him back up to where he is slowly getting back to himself again. He's speaking. He seems very coherent. And he's, you know, able to be, like I said, mobile again, even with the cane. So thank God. And I'm happy that his wife is still standing there beside him and helping him and being a good wife. I would do the same thing if it was my husband. If something happened where he had a stroke, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there because that's what my vows said. And you got some selfish people that decide to leave and walk away when their significant others go through things like that. And it's so sad. It's so sad. But thank God that he is doing better. Okay. Yes. Prayer said, present with you. May God bless you again. Yes, honey. Said my husband is still with me after. Okay. Okay. Yes. Said y'all liked him an amateur night. Yes. Yes. They said the Lord spoke to the universe. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. So be careful. He's saying, be careful what you say, because you can speak those things into existence that are not, you know, your existence. Don't say, you know, don't say, oh, I might have a stroke or something. Don't never say stuff like that because you can kind of speak those things into your life. Okay. You want to speak positivity into your life because it does say, honey, speak those things that are not as though they were. So if you're looking for some type of blessing or something, you know, that you want God to do in your life, speak those things and continue to pray about it and wait for those things to happen for you. Okay. Always speak positivity and never negativity into your life. All right. But that is our show for this morning, guys. We just had a few topics that we wanted to run through. We will have this is Car Chronicles, but we will have our pop in today. All right. This is Monday. I got to get to work, as I know all of you do as well. Somebody said, I already knew that. She did honor her vows. Okay. Right. So, but let's get on with our day. Thank you all so much for joining the show. Let me get back to my main screen here. It's a great show this morning. Have a wonderful day. Absolutely. Yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. If so, go ahead and hit that like button if you did not. Thanks for all 500 or so of you guys in here this morning. Again, happy Monday to you all. Thank you, Maz, Linda Gamble, Belle Wilson. You guys still continue to pray for Tyra. Her sister is in the hospital. I have not heard an update on her. If you guys have heard it, please let me know. An update on Tyra's sister, my mod Tyra Daniels. Her sister is in the hospital. Last that I heard, she was not doing well. So you guys continue to pray for her that she does better to where she's maybe able to come home. Okay, not maybe, but to where she is able to come home. All right. So thank you guys so much. Mods, thank you for being here as well. Okay, let's get on out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Be blessed and never stress. Love you guys and goodbye.